Soul clap. Let me get a soul clap, Falk.
Oh, yo, I gotta make sure my shit is on. 1 second. Let me make
Boone.
Yo, what's up?
Still can't hear me, yo.
There you go. Let me get a soul clap. That nigga Falk is in the building. Building big business. Death Row in the building. Building big business. Building big business. The row in the building. Building big business. The row in the building. The row in the build. The rope. The rope. The rope. Roll in the building. Building big business. Playoffs. Playoffs. I'm talking about playoffs.
playoffs.
We talking about playoffs. Playoffs. We talking about playoffs. Man, let's get to the injury report, man. Nano, you want to take us through? Go ahead, Nano. You want to take us through the injury report and the trades that happened in the last couple of weeks?
Sure. Let me go find it here. Let's go to injury reports. So we just had one big injury. The Colts had his running back hurt, dislocated ankle for 8 weeks.
What's the running back name that got hurt for the Colts?
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Let's stay there for a second. How long he's been hurt for?
He's hurt for the next 8 weeks.
All right, so fuck, man. This kid, Wan'Dale Robinson, has been someone I would call him a sleeper back. I don't even think you even noticed who this guy was at all, do you? Except for me talking to you about him in the chat lately.
Right.
This guy was a first-round pick in the top 15 a couple of drafts ago. A wide receiver who played running back and wide receivers his entire high school and college career. Got drafted as a wide receiver, and when he went to the Colts moved him to running back, and he's been in the backfield since. So this is his second season, full season as a running back for the Colts. This guy was having an explosive year right now, man. I mean, he had 204 carries, 1657, 16 rushing touchdowns. He was averaging 110.5 yards a carry, and for a small back, especially a receiver turned running back, 4 fumbles on a year is big. I think that's a really good average. 4 fumbles on 204 carries right now. He's been a threat all year for these Colts, and some would say this Wan'Dale Robinson kid is the reason why the Colts has locked themselves in the playoffs this year for the first time. What you think?
Yeah, I definitely think he's the main reason. Just with their offense, aka Boom Cat, I think he's mastered the ways to fit and find them holes in that spread offense they running with Shedeur Sanders.
And that was,
so I think he found something.
Yeah, and I mean they traded Willie Beeman to the Cardinals after drafting, and when nobody saw them drafting Shedeur Sanders whatsoever. Honestly, that draft we thought the Texans would get Shedeur Sanders, and they passed him up for a cornerback, which left Shedeur sitting there as the number 2 quarterback in that draft class. and the Colts picked him up. But if it was anybody picking him up, at first, I said graveyard spot. But we looking at a dual threat quarterback that fits this offense, honestly. So we looking at Wendell Robinson and the production he's giving them in a run and passing game, and then Shedeur Sanders over there being able to run. It seems like he's running the offense better than Willie Beeman did, and the offense was catered and built around Willie Beeman.
Yeah, I think two things happened. I think Shedeur is just a better player than Willie Beeman. I think the coach has progressed in running the offense. I think he may be in like year 6 of that spread system. I think he really getting it, the concepts, and I think with Shedeur and Robinson, just two dynamic players that really opened up the field. Not only fast, but they shifty.
Yeah.
And that's added to their offense. Willie Beeman was just fast. He was like a RG3. He was just fast. He wasn't shifty.
Right. And in the passing game, he's 21-57, 24 touchdowns, 14 INTs, 68%. You always should have a high percentage with that style of offense with the Boomcat. So I like the 68%. Most guys that run that offense outside of the originator are usually up there in the 70% range with their quarterbacks and completion ratios, because a lot of passes are not downfield. So Shedeur, to me, he's not having a bad year with 24 touchdowns, 14 INTs. That's pretty solid. And again, you got Bo Jackson still sitting here, old savvy vet Bo Jackson in his 9th year with 854 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns. So he's been there to hold it down as well. So now you got Wendell Robinson that fits this scheme completely perfect, and then you still got Bo Jackson you can line up an eye and play power football with. Seems like that's working right now. Completely working for these guys. You got, again, your number one receiver, Keon Springs, has 39 catches, but your running back has more catches than your number one receiver. So now you're looking at 49 catches out of the backfield or at wide receiver. This is the effect of picking a wide receiver / running back at pick 13. So again, we got to go back to that pick 13 when he made the pick, and I don't think nobody looked at it like, oh, got him one. Nobody saw what he saw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got to give him credit on that.
That's where I was going. Got to give him credit there, especially to select this guy as high as he did. Now let me go take a look and see where he actually got him at. Pick 14 in the 2029 draft class. So first round, pick 14. And you gotta give kudos, because here's the thing: not only is he's running the ball well from, but you lose the number one reception guy on your team and the number one rushing guy on your team right now. You lose him for the remainder of the year, pretty much. Now, with that being said, how big of a loss is that for the Colts?
That's just a big loss, and the only reason I say that is because he has Bo Jackson back there, old savvy vet. But I think just with the way his offense has progressed, that style of running that Bo, the power game, I think that's left his offense. So I think it's big, man. It's huge. He was my sleeper to win first round, or the wild card.
Right.
You get to the divisional, but now I don't know.
Yeah, I think that injury is really bittersweet, because you lose, like this guy. I played him twice this season. This guy's a problem. He has that get up and go. He holds fast. He's in and out of these bitches, and he takes shit to the crib. And he has the speed to separate real fast. Now, I think if he find a way to involve Chad Johnson Jr., Keon Springs a little bit more, and then you gotta get the tight end Claypool back involved. Claypool has dropped in the way he used him for the last couple of seasons. 4 catches on the year, 71 yards. So he's really fell to the backside, and a lot of that's because he's not even on the field for the most part. They rather have blockers on the field than the actual true tight end right now. So he's losing his value right now, Chase Claypool. But I think if he's going to win in the first round of the playoffs, he got to get this guy back involved at the tight end position. You think Bo Jackson can carry the weight in a run-heavy football team? Can he carry that weight?
He got to get away from that spread. He might have to go back to power football.
Right.
Power formations. I don't know if Bo can do that type of offense.
All
It
right.
didn't really work. It didn't really work with Willie Beeman, you know.
Right. Now, defensively, I will say this: defensively, these guys been playing around. Artie Campbell has always been the centerpiece of this defense. At linebacker for them, Yeter Gross Matos has stepped up. He was the second best defensive end in the draft class with Chase Young. 8.5 sacks right now. INTs on the season. We do got Jamal Cummings, who's flirting with that top tier type corner in his 8th year with 6 INTs. Willis Callaway 5, and Trayvon Diggs. He did get Trayvon Diggs over here with 4. They got a good defense. I will say this: the Colts defense is top notch. It can hold him down if he's going to go back to the power football game. It can hold him down, and that recipe, having a good defense and a strong run game, that's the recipe for the playoffs anyway. So, what you think? Is he gonna upset somebody in a wild card round, or are we thinking that injury
It's gonna
bug
be
is
tough,
gonna hurt
man.
him?
The injury, man. I just don't see it with the
All right.
injury.
Well, we want to show some love to the coach, man. Congratulations, man. You did make your mark. First playoffs. I mean, we've been killing you. You
Congrats,
haven't made
man.
the playoffs ever. You're finally in the playoffs over here. Good shit, good run. All right, so we get out of that. Let's get to the standings right now, man. Talk about it right now. So, all right, so the AFC race is tough as fuck. NFC race, as always, is tough as well. So we do got 3 teams that clinch. I know the Colts haven't clinched this spot just yet, but once we advance, this will be clinched. All right, so I would say we do got 5 teams in the playoffs already. So the Chiefs sitting at 14-1, bar a loss, even a loss. Even a loss, the Chiefs lose and still can have the
even
number
if I
1
lose,
seed.
I still have the seed because I beat
The Ravens
the
and
Ravens
Jaguars.
and Jags head up, man.
Right. All right. So right now, Ravens has the second bye right now, 13-2, and the Jags right behind them playing in the wild card at third spot at 13-2 right now. Colts sitting at 11-4. They split with the Jags this year. All right. So our next teams running up right now is the Broncos, Browns, Texans just came off a loss. I think right now is between these 3 teams right now. So if the Broncos are in, if they win, period, they have 6 losses, and the teams behind them has 7. Broncos lose week 17, then they are putting themselves in a situation where they're going to have to let the Madden gods figure it out right now. So our 5 teams that's in, it look like the Patriots. I don't understand why they haven't clinched yet. Where we at with it? All right, so now the Patriots is in. All right, once we advance, they in 7-8. He'll be 8-8. Well, he might get in at 7-9 because the Dolphins is 5-10. So there's really no. Yep, Patriots is in. There's no way around that. No matter around. There's no way around it. They already played their Week 16 game. They already around that. All right, so 7-8 Patriots. So Patriots clinched a playoff spot in the home field game in a wild card round. So that give you the 4 divisional winners right now. So it looks like right now we got the Chiefs won the West, Ravens won the North, Jags won the South, and the Patriots won the East. With the Colts with the 5th seed right now, and the Broncos fighting for a playoff spot. They win, they in. So the change right now is the Texans hasn't made the playoffs this season, and they made it the last 2. What do you think about this playoff run over here? Chiefs, Ravens, Jags, Colts, Broncos, Patriots. Anybody that you see as a sleeper team over here that's in the off right now?
Sleeper team I see is the Jags, even though they're going to be a top seed. I think they're playing really good football. And then another dark horse will be, I would have said the Colts, but that injury messed it up. So I'm going to have to go with the Patriots.
I was thinking the same thing, Patriots. We put our eggs in the Patriots basket every fucking season, Falk. I mean, we talk about the Patriots.
I think they get it now. I think they get it now. They locked in. I think they don't really care anymore. They just want to come play together.
Right. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give him one more shot as being a sleeper. I think he can get from that wild card round to the divisional round. If he make it to the divisional round, any of those teams he can play with. So I'm going to sit here on a limb and say the Patriots is the sleeper team, the dark horse. I like the Colts still, depending on who they match up with. I still see them getting a win, depending on who they match up with. I mean, I think them matching up with the Jaguars is a good thing for them. You know what I mean? Like, they split during the regular season. They've been playing tight games lately again. So this might be a matchup he might want. I can't see him if playing like somebody like the Ravens or, you know, if he match up with the Patriots. That's a good. I mean, the matchups is gonna be crazy because I think that's what's gonna determine whoever got to play who in the first wild card weekend. AFC. All right. So on the NFC side of things right now, we do got 3 teams locked in right now. The Seahawks locked in at 13-1. They won the entire NFC. The Panthers right now locked in at 12-3. Cowboys sitting at 11-4. They locked in, which is weird though. They locked in the playoffs, but do they got the division locked up right now? Eagles is right behind them at 10-5. Let's talk about that. Somebody need to get to that schedule over there and see what's going on. So all right, so the Eagles has definitely lost to the Cow. I mean, the Eagles beat the Cowboys, but I don't know if they played twice because we did.
They did. They did. The Cowboys played a different user, and he beat him. So they split. They basically split.
All right, so they split. So who does the Cowboys play week 17?
Let me see.
Redskins, I believe.
All right, so the Redskins can upset these Cowboys. We might be looking at a situation over here with the division.
Yeah, Redskins and the Eagles play the Colts.
And the Eagles play the Colts?
Colts, yeah.
Yeah, so the Eagles beat the Colts, and Redskins beat the Cowboys. The Eagles might be playing for that division on a home field game in a wild card round. After starting off 0-4, they won 7 straight, which is great. Get a new coach over there, and things change, man. That Eagles team is a pretty solid team, as we see. You get it right. You get a coach over there that want to play and see what happens. Changes everything. You got a dog team over there, and they showing it. They've been putting up numbers on people. So, all right. So we got the Eagles and Young Gunner over there as the coach playing hard in the NFC right now. So we still got a Week 17 battle going on between the Cowboys and the Eagles and the NFC East. NFC West, we do got 2 teams fighting. The Seahawks got this on Smash. They are definitely home field advantage. That 12th man got the home field throughout the entire playoffs. But the 49ers sitting at 10-5, and their last game in the regular season is against the Packers, which is going to be a good game too, because the Packers win against the Vikings and beat the 49ers. They fuck around being in the playoffs. So this is interesting down the stretch. Booney, how you feel about these 49ers, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel, man. It's tough. Nano, he always let me down. But you just got to take it one game at a time, man. But I think you could definitely pull out a win against the Packers. It just depends on which Nano show up.
Right. All right. Now, Seahawks having the number 1 seed throughout, man. Is that the team we trusting in right now? Is they the favorites to get to the Super Bowl this year, or we see a sleeper team over here?
Man, if Nano could get in, man, and make some noise, I think Nano, man. I think he's a sleeper team definitely, because he had the Seahawks numbers on plenty of occasions, man, and just dropped the ball like last second touchdown or something like that. So he has the ability to beat the Seahawks.
All right, and these guys play a lot. So, I mean, I agree with you with that. All right, so the Panthers has locked down the NFC South at 12-3. And we are looking at the Saints and the Falcons, both at 8-6 right now. Both these teams are looking to make the playoffs, and it looks like the Saints just dropped another game. I don't know if the Saints and the Falcons played, but they were up this week. This is big, yo, because the Falcons are sitting here at 8-6. They fighting too. So 2 games left, or 1 game left, considering if they played it or not. It's going to determine. Nano, check the schedule out and tell me if
they haven't played yet.
They
played this week, though. Yeah, they played this week, though.
All right, that's a big game, man. They got to get that game played. What's up, Gator fan, man? You ready? I know my cousin was looking for you, dog. What's up with that game? That's a big game, man. You're on a 2-game skid right now. Let's get yourself in the playoffs, buddy. They said Voorhees over there knocking heads off in the NFC South right now. What's good? So again, the South, you got the division winner. He's sitting comfortable with a 3-game lead, and then now we're looking at the Saints and the Falcons fighting for a playoff spot. And then you look at the NFC North. The Vikings are sitting at 9-5 on a 3-game winning streak. Packers at 8-6 right now. Both these 2 teams play each other. I do think the Lions is looking on the outside, and he told me this morning and never showed. He in the chat reaching out to you. I'll get him, bro. Are you ready to play that game now? Because I'm going to get him right now. Tata on too, ain't he? Man, let's put
Well,
Ty light on.
let me see if his light's on. Yeah, his light's on.
Oh shit, D West them just got down. D West lost.
Yeah, D West lost. He done lost his way out of a playoff. That's what happens when you don't spend no time with your team. You just hop on, hang with fat bitches all day long, then get on the game and play, and you fucking lose. You don't spend no time with your fucking team, and then you bitch about everybody else's team. Them big bitches getting him losses all the way around the board, fucking his pockets up during the coronavirus.
All ordering out. All take up. Big bitches.
And they mad as hell. Like, I don't feel like waiting for them to deliver, dash and deliver. We gonna go pick it up. So now that's gas money, 10 buckets of chicken, and then you come back and lose. Torture. All right, so the NFC South, the NFC race over here is still pending, bro. We got a lot of teams in the NFC that can pretty much get in these playoffs right now. So I would say it's still a race between the 6 spots. You got 3 locked in. And then you got the Eagles, 49ers, Vikings, Saints, Falcons, Packers. And I still got to look at these Lions and say they are a dark horse looking outside, looking in. They peeking in the window right now. That's what they doing right now. That's our standings and that's our playoff. And we still got week 17 and a couple of games. I am not home. Oh, shit. Man, we about to 50-50 the shit out y'all game. What time you going to be home, bro? You got McCoy and the Packers playing at 6:30. What time you think you could be home? So the last game that we were waiting on was the Packers and the Vikings. They're scheduled for 6:30. You think you can get your game played within that time frame? All right, boom. Here we go, man. Another conversation for that ass right now. No homo. This MVP race over here, man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Appreciate the effort, you heard? So this MVP race, after Garantano played the Pittsburgh Steelers, he just jumped back into first place in the MVP race. But we really do got about a five-man race over here. It all comes down to the games played and who they playing. So Garantano jumps back up into looking like he wants his second MVP of his short young career. Michael B. Jordan just came off a 224 game performance, and he has 1 game left. Ugalele played the Ravens. I would honestly, to be real, I would say Ugalele has the least amount of chance to win an MVP right now playing the Ravens. And then running Roger Craig has the Packers right now. John Emery Jr. has stepped into the 5th place. I think legitimately it's a 5-man race, and I think the dark horse in this is that 8th spot right now, which is Puka. Right. I think Puka can slide from that 8th into that top 5 real fast. I think, no disrespect to the Ravens, but the Ravens struggle against the run.
Don't worry about it. See you, bro.
I'm giving you props by saying I don't think Ugalele can go from 3rd to 1 playing you, but yeah, we know you're gonna send the same defense all game.
And we got something for goddamn Puka.
Mm-hmm.
The motherfucker look like fucking Pookie from New Jack City when he get finna with his ass.
All right, so who you see winning this MVP race, man? Coming down the stretch, man.
No, this is Garantano show, man. Hands down. Nobody else ain't. Yeah.
Garantano from the door.
Yeah, man.
I like that. What was his numbers last week, man? Then who we played week 17?
Baby Marmar.
Nano, do your job, my nigga. We need stats. What he do?
Against the Steelers, let's see.
That Steelers game was about to be a holiday game until I fucking said, oh, Garantano got a chance to win an MVP again.
All right, so passing, he got 622 yards.
Oh God! How many touchdowns he threw, bro?
5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
What are you doing in the run game?
Run game, 14 attempts, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Boom.
He said he was getting killed all game.
Boom. And you
What's
hear
up?
him? Man, guarantee he just fumbled again. The fuck.
Yeah,
The 52
How many
fake
fumbles did he
out.
have?
Yo.
Hold on, how many fumbles he had, Nano? Nano, how
I
many
went hearing that
fumbles he had?
shit. He
2
ain't gonna get me.
fumbles.
He can't get me, though. He did that shit on
Boom.
purpose to make that shit look good.
Right. Listen. Say your famous words, bro.
Somebody
Waiting
got the
for
computer
it.
lie?
Nah, that and then what's the other one?
Oh, somebody, try dick ride. Dick ride like a pro.
God damn. Why did I tell him he had an opportunity to win the MVP, Doc?
Hey, man, listen, he was gonna peep it anyway, probably. Then again, I don't know.
Nah, he would have beat that shit.
Fuck that.
I'm
You should have
just
made
doing what Marmar did before him, man.
You should have made. Hey, man. Thank you, Boom. Hey, you should have made Rat play that shit.
This guy
Rat
said,
wouldn't answer the
man.
phone.
This guy said, man,
Oh, yeah.
Justin Herbert just dotted me up, man. This is not a good game right now.
It's 14-21.
Right.
Shit, I'm in a dog fight.
Right.
Fucking goddamn 45 points later. They still got 14.
Oh, God. It sound good. All right, so, man, the MVP race, we putting it on Garantano to do it again, man. And can he follow that up with another Super Bowl? Can he back-to-back Super Bowl, back-to-back MVPs? We never had somebody do that. In fact, I don't think we ever had an MVP of the league winner win the Super Bowl anyway. So that was a first-time thing I think we had in our league. And now he's looking to repeat it and the Super Bowl too as well, man. So, all right, Boom, man, this is a conversation for you. How do you feel about the defending Super Bowl champions as a whole?
Man, I don't know. I don't know how to feel, man. I don't feel no certain way, man. Like, he ain't even really in my way, man. He ain't even an obstacle in my way. You know what I mean? They gotta focus on whoever I'm playing first. You know what I mean? If I get the bye or not. We played earlier this season. And, you know, I feel like I had a good chance to win a game if a couple of balls bounced my way, no homo. But shit didn't happen. But it was a close game. I definitely know I can beat him. I can beat pretty much anybody in this league. But I look forward to seeing him, though. I got a feeling we're going to meet up in the conference championship. And that means that you ain't going to beat us.
Oh, okay. I mean, hey, man, speak your truth, my nigga. Speak your truth. You heard? Speak your truth. All right, so these Chiefs, man, balling out right now. This guy, 4,042 yards passing right now, 51 touchdowns, 34 INTs, 58% on the season. In the run game, Garantano had more carries than any running back over here, but the running back spread out. 109 carries for Garantano. Journey Brown had 84, Holiday had 87. Both of them was close to 1,000 yards. Brown had 4 rushing touchdowns. Holiday had 8. Honestly, Holiday, I think playoffs or no playoffs, or Garantano being guaranteed 365, whatever, the playoff run on offense is coming through Holiday, period. I can care less what we seeing during the regular season and how you see things moving right now. I think everything goes through Cliff Holiday. I think he has the mindset, especially after the interview I gave this guy 2 weeks ago. He said, I'm the best running back in this league, period. And, you know, I'm unselfish. I've shared the load my entire career. I'm putting it on the coach's back right now, man. You want to win? Give me the football, man. Holidays come around once a year. Simple as that. Stop playing. Playoffs come around once a year. Give me the rock. Stop playing, because I could do some things most of these guys can't do. And I think with an inexperienced wide receiver core, and I say that because the rookie is young, and only proven receiver outside of the tight end is Bo Rice. Justin Ross, for some reason, just is always in the doghouse with the coaches over here. So I think the game comes down to Holiday, man. And I think the Chiefs' defense is definitely top tier. Might be the #1 defense in the league as a whole. And if you got a strong run game and you got the horse back there, I think he can run them right back to another Super Bowl. I like Cliff Holiday. Again, 87 carries, 714 yards. I mean, that's a lot of yards for only 87 carries. He did average 8.2 yards a carry, 8 touchdowns, only 1 fumble on the year. They spread the ball around between 3 backs this year. Most people, you wouldn't see that nowhere near these type of numbers. 109 carries, 84 and 87. That's sharing the load right now, and that's a backfield by committee with the quarterback being part of that. When you get to the receiving game, when we talk about receivers and we say, oh, this receiving core is not as strong as it was, it's not a threat, we don't really fear nobody over here. And you look at the numbers, though. Bo Rice with 53 catches, another 1,000-yard receiver over here, 14 touchdowns. Now, Justin Ross, in many cases, I think outside of just the coach, no one else can look at him and say this guy's not a weapon. With 44 catches, 970, he's going to be another 1,000-yard receiver before it's all said and done. 14 touchdowns. And then a rookie. 41 catches, 934, 11 touchdowns right now. Then Kellen Winslow sitting right behind that, 45 catches, 862, 11 touchdowns. I mean, you got one game left. You only need 30 yards, 60, what's that? 30 yards on one guy. 934, you need what, about 60 what?
65?
65 yards, 66 yards here. 66 yards with the rookie, and then you need 200, almost 140, what was that, about 100 whatever. I don't feel like doing math. Fuck all that. He just need about 150 yard game with the tight end, and we looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 receivers with 1,000 yards over here. 4 receivers with 1,000 yards. So when we talk about we don't have a real threat at a number one presence, like, is that really a factor? Does that hurt him? Would that be a problem for him in the playoffs? Having a true number one. No more Calvin over here. It's none. We're no more Calvin Johnson. But we got 5 receivers that's putting up numbers and that can make plays for this team at any moment. Is that better than not having Calvin, or?
Nah, I'm not even gonna let you even think that it's better than not having Calvin. I'm pretty sure that if he could have Calvin, he would have Calvin. The only thing I could see being a big issue with him not having a number one is him not having that person to go up and get it in situations where, you know, he got young players on the field, they're dropping balls, and you got that one receiver that you know that's like 75-25, he gonna go get it. You know what I mean, in one-on-one coverage.
Right.
I don't think he has that guy.
Okay. Numbers don't lie, right? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we talking at, again, we looking at 4 receivers with double-digit touchdowns and almost 1,000 yards with 50 catches running around out here, all of them. With 3 running backs in the backfield, you got to count Garantano as a running back. With 3 running backs in the backfield, all close to 1,000 yards, if not, you know, a couple yards away from 100-yard games, whatever. That's production from a lot of players. That's getting the most out of the stars on your team right now, bro. Period. Can that recipe, again, is that dangerous for him in the playoffs, or do you need to be a little bit more simple? Like you're saying, you need that guy that can go get the 50-50, 75% of the time right now. You don't see that on his team.
No, I don't see it, man, especially with what I just seen from his last 2 games. I don't know if that recipe is going to work, you know.
So by committee, this offense isn't more dangerous than it was a year ago.
Nah, definitely not, man. His defense, like I told you, his defense is the best offense. You know what I mean?
All right, and with that being said, we slide over here, take a look at the defense. You know, you got guys over here getting to the quarterback. Simeon Rice is up for Defensive Player of the Year in the AFC with 25.5 sacks. Fidel Diggs coming off his freshman campaign, sophomore year with 21 sacks again. Ray Lewis, 13.5 sacks, 7 picks. The rookie Dashier Clary with 11 sacks right now. They get into the quarterback early and often over here. And in the secondary, you got guys with picks. You got Fagans over here, 7, the Eraser. Sneed with 7. Adi Teller Stewart 4, and Darion Vick with 3. So they getting the ball, they turning it over, they getting sacks, they getting pressure. This is, to me, the number one defense in our league right now overall. And defense win championships. So I think that if it clicks at the right time, it looked like it is, but if it clicks at the right time, if he can continue to use all his weapons at his disposal as he's been doing in these playoffs, along with a strong run game, I think when it comes down to the playoffs, you are going to have to put it on one running back's back. I don't think you're going to be able to do it by committee. I think you're going to have to put it on one guy's back and let him hold you down. If he could do that and still get the production out of these receivers, moving the chains, I think this offense is scary, and the Chiefs is looking to play right again for another Super Bowl, big time. But over there in the NFC, when we look at the NFC side of things, man, I like the Panthers. I think the Panthers are right on schedule for what they need to do. Do any of you guys agree that they can be playing for a Super Bowl this year? Or should I say, do anybody disagree?
I think, man, I don't know. I think Jungle going back this year, man.
That's a good answer, because I was gonna say, do we ride Jungle off because he lost in the divisional round? He has 4 losses this year. Do we ride him off, or do we still call him who he is over there, the GOAT?
Yeah, now he to go to the NFC, man. You know, he own him. You know what I mean? Everybody has a slip up. You know what I mean? You know how you just said, I guess he got sweaty palms, you know what I mean, that time. But, you know, he been balling all year, honestly. But now Jungle definitely be back.
All right. Shit. Again, these playoff races is crazy. I like it. I think if the Eagles get in, that's the most scariest team over there. Period.
Yeah, nobody has too much tape on him. Oh yeah, definitely. No, he's been playing like 6, 7, 8 games maybe, but I still say it's kind of hard to kind of read him and see what he does.
I think that injury for his running back might hurt him a little bit, though, to be honest.
I don't think so. The NFC ass. So
I really don't think the NFC ass anymore, though, man. I think we got to stop that notion of talking about how the NFC ass, the AFC great. I think the NFC better than the AFC right now.
Listen, the NFC ass, though. I'm trying to tell you.
Why? Why is the NFC ass to you?
Hey, man, they just are, man. I just don't see the same tier of players and the quality in the NFC, man. Like with the Eagles getting a new user, I think that brings them up. But I think that he was in the AFC with me, and you know we had our battles. So yeah, that's gonna make him better. So I think it's out of him, Jungle, Jimbo, and it's toss up between Bigger Belly and Nano. But shit, that's it.
You said it's a toss up between Bigger Belly and Nano, who's probably lost one game.
I say that it's a 4-man race over there.
Okay, and how many man races over here? I think it's less than that.
Man. Possibly, but still, I think, yeah. Nah, just an opinion, though. You know, we shall see.
All right, so Garantano went from 8th on the passing list, and now he's at number 2 right now, with Ugalele sitting at 1 with 4,131 yards. So our top passers in the league outside of Computer Love, we're going to go with Ugalele, Garantano. Spencer Rattler has been a computer game all year. Joey Burrex has been kind of on the same fence. So I'm going with Justin Fields, man. I'm very impressed with Justin Fields right now. No one wants to throw 20 INTs on the season, but 31 touchdowns, 70%. Justin Fields is not in a graveyard spot, bro. I think he's really not in a graveyard spot. And if he gets this team into the playoffs this year, man, we're talking about a guy that took a rookie quarterback and turned him into something that, you know, this is a top tier quarterback. Him and Trevor Lawrence came out the same draft. Both went to teams teams that they would have to really grow with. Justin Fields is growing, and the other guy over there, Sunshine's looking like the sun set on him a little bit. Looking like he need a city change over there or something. Like, I think he need to get the fuck out of San Diego or LA Chargers, wherever they are. But Justin Fields is balling, man. 70% on the season right now, man. Get a win against these Vikings and beat these 49ers, man. This guy's sitting in the playoffs over here with a division win. As a division winner right now, man. None of us expected that, but shit. Bryce Perkins left the Bengals. Was sitting over there with no coaching whatsoever, and he entered the Seahawks right now. He's over there with the 12th man. 3,493 yards, 69% on the season, 45 touchdowns, 12 INTs. De'Aaron King, the Cowboys, still playing strong. 38 touchdowns, 20 INTs, 71% in the passing field. Jamie Newman for the Patriots is always up here. 3,308 yards passing, 30 touchdowns, 28 INTs. We talk about the touchdown leaders. Ugalele with 63, guaranteed with 51. Perkins 45, Derek King 38, Nkosi Perry 33, Joey Burrex 32, Fields 31, Bryce Young 31 with 7 INTs, man. But we'll talk about Bryce Young with 31 touchdowns and only 7 INTs right now, 64%. You've never had a quarterback with that type of completion percentage. What's going on with this guy?
Man, he just at a different level, man. I know you guys probably hear it all the time about the game slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. He still has the ability to, scramble, but he still focuses on down the field action and delivering the ball down the field. And I think that's what's making him better with his decision making.
Okay, cool. So you got a passer out there in Baltimore. It's pretty much what you're saying. A guy that can sling that thing around.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our quarterbacks right now, man. We got some big name quarterbacks up here. There's a bunch of young guys that's turning this league upside down right now. I really appreciate what I see out of these guys. A lot of these guys landed at good spots. Some of these guys landed at terrible spots. And some of them terrible spots is turning it around with these guys. So, love to see the real draft players making noise right now. We get to the run game right now, man. When it comes down to carrying the football in a run league and a run disc, guys carry the ball early and often, man. And we have the kid out there in Pittsburgh with 314 carries on the year right now. The next 270, Michael B. Jordan and running Roger Craig with 266. The Dolphins, Kenny McCain, 264. Emery with 262. Harold Joyner with 252. All right, so they the guys that's carrying the ball, the load a lot. We do have three 2,000-yard backs right now. Michael B. Jordan leading the way with 2,337. Running Roger Craig, 2,316. Anthony Puka with 2,178. Falk, I'm gonna ask you this question, man. Where you got guys with 200 plus carries in these 200, this guy got 174 carries on the season right now, and he's a 2,000-yard back. Is that impressive? That he had a big game last week against the Cowboys where he carried the ball 32 times. That's the most carries he's had ever in a game in his career. Is Puka every down back now?
I think he's shown, man. I mean, 32 carries, that's a pretty significant number. I think he's shown, even with his size, he's showing he could take that, that everyday pounding, and he's showing now he can run inside the tackles more.
Right.
Without fumbling. I think his fumbling is down, if I'm not correct.
Yeah, 5. He's down 2. 5 fumbles this year. Versus, let's see what he had last year. Yep, 5 this year. He had 7 with 2 with a game left. So, it's kind of around the same ballpark right now. 7 fumbles last year. I think the last year fumbles stood out a little bit more because he lost games in those fumbles. You know what I mean? Versus the 5 this year he really ain't seeing him get hurt off those fumbles. Like, it's not killing him. In the Seahawks game, he fumbled a shitload of times and lost that game. And then in the Ravens game, he fumbled a couple of times and lost that regular season game as well. But he's had 2,000 yards 2 years in a row. Last year he had 228 carries, only 9.1 yards a game, 20 rushing touchdowns. This year he's averaging 12.5 yards a carry on 174 carries, 2,178 yards. All these guys that's leading the 2,000-yard backs right now, they all got a game left right now. Do you see the top 3 changing? Do you think, or you think it's going to end up what it is with Michael B. Jordan with leading the way right now with 2,337? Roger Craig right behind him with 2,316. Puka a couple 100 yards behind these guys. Can that change? Or are we looking at the order that we see right here?
It's possible it could change. I mean, we got to see how the week 17 play out, but it's possible. But I think that's going to stay how it is for the season.
Yeah. All right, when it comes down to
people play, and
when it comes down to rushing touchdowns, you got got a bunch of guys with 20 rushing touchdowns or more. Again, Michael B. Jordan with 23. Jordan Whittington for the Steelers with 21. John Emery for the Panthers, 21. Running Roger Craig with 20. And Chris James over here with 1,741 yards on 199 carries, 8.7 yards a game. A carry, and he got 20 touchdowns this year right now. Anthony Puka, 17, and Wendell Robinson just went down on big injury with 16 rushing touchdowns right now. In the passing game, man, who's catching the ball the most right now? And we're looking at Jalen Reagor for the Pittsburgh Steelers with 75. Jeff Thomas, man, this guy never sniffed the field with you, Falk, and went to Cleveland, man, and came alive. 73 catches on the year. John Teller, Computer Love. Devontae Smith is somebody that I'm gonna say I've watched play. I played against this guy. Every time I turn around, he's in a on ESPN with 260 yards, 3 touchdowns, and his last couple of games has been exciting. So Devontae Smith has stepped into the #1 alpha dog over there, the alpha male for the Redskins right now with 67 catches, 1332, 11 touchdowns on the year. Marcus Spriggs, a Packer. And Tony Brown, another Packer, both with 65 catches, 67, close to 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns right now. But yards-wise right now, Chad Johnson, that's Computer Love. Devontae Smith stepped in, 1332. Darnell Washington, the tight end, 1267 for the Jags right now. Randy Moss with 1240. Ted Ginn for the Jets, 1190. We got a lot of 1,000-yard receivers over here. But the ones that stand out with the high yards right now is Devontae Smith and Darnell Washington. Falk, the tight end for the Jaguars, 30 receiving touchdowns this year, 1,267 yards on 58 catches. What we dealing with this guy?
I think he's the next great tight end.
I don't know if that's bull plastic music or some subliminal shit where you gotta pay attention. I
think he's the next best. I think he's next up, man. I mean, 30 touchdowns from a tight end, 58 catches, 30 touchdowns. Impressive.
Oh, what's the song?
Dick riding.
Oh, God.
Set up, dick riding.
God, motherfucker. 30 teats on the season right now. Lavernius Coles, man, the ex-Jaguar, it went from the Redskins to the Seahawks, and he got 18 touchdowns right now, 57 catches. Again, Chad Johnson for the Bengals, Computer Love with 14. But here we go. Bo Rice, 14 touchdowns. Justin Ross, 14 touchdowns. And then we got 6'8", Darren Jones. Talk about it. I'm going to get a table to you, Boom. Darren Jones, you had a lot to say about this guy. He got 13 touchdowns right now with that 6'8" frame. 35 catches for only 591 on the season. 13 touchdowns right now. Is he starting to come into his own, or is he?
We said that earlier, the one on the podcast early in the year, man. And I don't know, it looked like he slowed down a little bit. I could be mistaken, but it looked like he slowed down. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, man. Or I don't know if it's the 50-50 balls, or he still doesn't. I remember we looked at film on this young man, and he couldn't run every route on the route street. He was a street guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he added anything to his repertoire or not. But maybe the receiver coach need to get him in the gym, get him on the field, and work on that. But,
I mean, 6'8", 200 pounds. This kid's bony as hell. I just think he can't get off the press. Period. I think corners that the 6'8" isn't a threat because he doesn't got good release, man. That 200 frame, man, that's skinny for a 6'8" kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the strength. I think he need to get in the weight room right now. I think that's what's holding him back. My thing is, Falk, you play this guy twice a season right now. At 6'8", at receiver, that's running out the door. He's running like a deer right now, man. Is this guy? Are we going to see him reach the potential that we think he should be at, or are we looking at a guy that's playing up to his potential pretty much? Is he going to take it to that superstardom height, or is he who he is?
I think long as Warwick is there, he's not. I think Warwick is, similar to me and Calvin, just having him there, even though other guys, Winslow, Rice. Ross to an extent was able to flourish because we spread the ball around. I think just having that that type of player on the team still just, limits the potential. And I think Jones has fallen victim to that, and I think he could be better than what he is, but, as long as Ward is there, and that coach has a philosophy of not getting rid of guys. He will ride them out till they retire. So I don't know if we ever see the best of Darren Jones,
Nah.
That's a good answer, bro. I like that answer, man. They play their guys. They pay their guys, too. So I don't really think Darren Jones is playing to the potential that we thought he would play. My question is, does he stay in Denver, or do he ask to get the fuck out of here when his contract's up?
I think you got to get rid of him because even Ward's numbers have dropped. I want to say because he's forcing the ball to Darren Jones and he's just not coming up with the majority of the catches. And so if you look, he has 13 receiving touchdowns. Ward only has 10, and we don't normally he could get 20 easy.
But Ward, right?
I mean? So, yeah, Ward, 31 receptions for Ward, 35 for Darren Jones. So I don't know if he's forcing it to Darren Jones and taking food out of Ward's mouth, which is pass. But yeah, Ward is suffering.
All right, so when you talk about young rookie receivers in the league right now that's putting in work right now, we're gonna have to go look at the top 3 to me right now. I don't see him up here yet, but I know I'm gonna find him, so I might have to go back to receptions. And we're gonna sit here and find him somewhere around here. I don't know if he's lost him or what. Where the hell is he? Looking at, let's just go to the team. All right, here we go. Damian Rice, man, 63 catches on the year as a rookie, 817 yards. 13 yards a catch, 54.5 yards a game, 6 touchdowns right now. As a rookie right now. Not the number 1 receiver over there, but he does have the most catches out of all the players over here with Gianna Bryant and the new rookie tight end Jake Brenningstool over here. So are we looking at Damian Rice as playing having a good season, especially for a slot receiver, 5'9", 180 pounds? Again, I'm talking about rookie receivers right now. Is this a good rookie year?
It's average, man. Like we expect Jungle to do that like every year with a rookie, and that's normally what he does.
But this is under his average with a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Like usually with a rookie, you see about 80 to 100 catches, definitely 1,000 yards and double-digit touchdowns right now. So again,
it's under, but
underachieving.
Yeah, for Jungle. You know what I mean? Normally he grab a receiver every year or every other year and make him great. So I don't know. I'm not impressed.
All right. So when we stay at these rookie receivers right now, we gotta go look at Emeka Ibuka with 41 catches, 934 yards, 11 touchdowns right now. Is he having a good rookie career, a rookie season?
41. How many touchdowns?
He got 11 touchdowns on the year, averaging 22.8 yards a catch right now, 62.3 yards a game, 11 touchdowns right now.
Yeah, no, that's With all the receivers that he has, I mean, he always screaming Ross, and for him to have 11 touchdowns, that's pretty amazing.
All right, and then the next rookie who's pitting in twerkies right now is Marvin Harrison Jr. over here for the Jaguars with 42 catches, 961, and 12 touchdowns on the year. I mean, it seems like they having the same type of season right now. Now, Ibuka was the number 1 receiver in the draft. He was definitely the number 1 receiver selected, I think. I'm not sure if he went before Marvin or not, but he definitely was the number 1 receiver graded out in that draft class. And then Marvin Harrison sitting here with 12 touchdowns, 42 catches, 961 yards, almost a 1,000-yard receiver right now. What about his season?
That's a good season on a totally different level. Because you normally dick ride the running back so much that the receiver don't really get too many catches, receptions. So yeah, for a rookie to get that many touchdowns and even 40 receptions, man, that's pretty that's a good feat.
All right, so I hear you, but I think we always got three receivers with almost 1,000 yards and double-digit touchdowns. So with this running back dick ride shit, I'm confused right now. Hey there, Mister. So we go slide over. So I don't know if there's any more rookies. I really can't put my hands on any other rookies that still up, but I can talk about some tight ends over here, rookie tight ends. All right, so we got to go right back to Dallas and talk about this kid, Jake Brenningstool, man. Now this might have been one of the fastest tight ends to come out of our draft. He got him up to a 97 speed right now. This shit's nuts. Definitely not a runner whatsoever, a run blocker or anything like that, but he's catching the football and at a high level. So 42 catches, 624 yards, 9 touchdowns out of this rookie. He's not the only tight end that's putting in work as a rookie right now, because the Ravens have one over here as well that's balling out right now with 45 catches, 668 yards, 8 touchdowns. And these are the top 2 tight ends that came out this draft. Brenningstool was number 1, Malik Carr was number 2 right now. Boom, explain Malik Carr and his role for the Ravens.
Man, he's just a third go-get-it guy, man. I didn't even realize that he had that ability until the first game that he played and I started him. And he came out that game with 3 touchdowns and almost 20 yards. He's definitely a possession guy, but he has some speed on him too. So he's definitely probably Sean's number one go-to.
Okay, I can see that with 45 catches. As a rookie tight end, that's a lot of catches to be second on the team in catches over here. And then we're seeing something different right now. Terrell Shavers with 49 catches, Tariq Black with 40. We usually don't get these type of numbers out of the Ravens when it comes down to spreading the ball around, but you got 3 guys that's playing at a high level for you right now. Receiver. Is that because of Bryce Young? Oh God. Dick ride, man. Dick ride.
We spread the ball around.
Yeah, I spread Dick ride like a motherfucker over here. Oh God. All right, man. So the rookie tight ends, I think I'm sleeping on some of my. It was another tight end that I definitely need to be talking about. Here you go. Thomas Fedone, rookie tight end, 41 catches, only 424 yards, but he do got 7 touchdowns over here with the Packers right now. Justin Fields found him a good tight end to throw the ball to. I like that. So there go our rookie tight ends right now, man. Now, let's slide into this defensive talk right now. And let's get back to the NFL, and we're going to talk about what's going on defensively and who's who and what's what right now. So, I am not talking about guys with the most tackles that hasn't played a game at all this year. So we're not going to talk about, and no disrespect to the Bills. Me and him got to understand, and I know what's going on with him. His time frame is usually hard to play. So he's cool, but we're not going to talk about 102 tackles from computer. Or we're not going to talk about Kenneth Murray with 97. Desmond Miller, the Lions played majority of his game, so we got to give him some credit. Almost 100 tackle guy with 93 at linebacker. But Antoine Winfield didn't ever start for the Jaguars whatsoever. Traded to the 49ers, and he's leading the team in tackles right now with 92 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 4 INTs. Nano, talk about what Antoine Winfield brought to the table for your 49ers team.
Just a safety that can come down and hit hard, and basically try and get some running stuff in, and he has that enforcer on him as well, so he hits hard too. So I'm trying to bring him down a little bit more to get involved. He only has 4 INTs. That's decent for a safety right now, right? So
I don't say decent for a safety in the league where the safeties are user lurkers, but that's not bad. I think he's playing great. 92 tackles, man. Usually when a safety got that many tackles, that means a lot of second and third level running happen to you or whatever. But I think he comes down and he does play the box pretty well. I know that from experience with this guy. He plays in the box really well. So he caused 3 fumbles on the year. That's big. So help change the defense right now and got you in your winning ways right now, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we haven't heard of Jimmy Voorhees since Jimmy Voorhees left the Jaguars. I asked this question, Boone, earlier, I think in the podcast, and I said, is Jimmy Voorhees at a graveyard spot? We haven't heard nothing about him. How you feel about that?
He's definitely at a graveyard spot, man. I hate to be so negative, man, but it seems like I'm always negative. But yeah, man, I didn't even know he was traded, man. I played the Falcons, I think week 6, and shit. I found out he was on his team like week 8 after you told me. You know what I mean? So he wasn't making no noise. Um, but yeah, I don't know. You always giving your dudes up to the graveyard. They gonna come back and fuck you up.
Yeah, but the problem is this: how can you call a guy graveyard when he got 88 tackles on the year, 18 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 4 INTs? Now let's talk about his. He's been over here for 2 seasons right now. Let's take a look at his career right now. All right, so if you talk about his last couple seasons right now, he's been traded to the Falcons since 2027 is when he got traded there. 87 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, right? He comes back in 28. No, 28 is the year he got traded there because this is the year I stunk it up. That's right. 58 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 3 INTs. So then his last year, I mean, I can see why he was quiet. 60 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks. Yeah, I think he woke up this year though. I think he's got a little acclimated with the system over there, and he's waking up. 88 tackles, 18 tackles for loss. I could tell you this: come out of here and just go touch the tackles for loss. He got to be in the top 10. With 18, yep. Like I said, top 10. 1, 2, 3. If you don't even count these computer guys, which is the first 2, then you're looking at 1, 2. Hold on, I'm sorry. Don't count these 2 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's 10 on the dot right now if you don't count. And I'm quite sure I just slid past another computer team or 2. Yep. So he's 9 right now because the Raiders are sitting in there right now. So, I mean, maybe he woken up, or do we need another season like this before we can say complete graveyard spot? I think he's not in the graveyard. I think he's playing high in a high level right now.
Yeah, I think I say in a graveyard spot, man. But I want to say that the first year he got traded, he was probably just trying to find out like where to put him, where to play him.
Right.
And maybe now he's comfortable with the position that he have him at. So yeah, but we'll need next year to see and actually find out.
All right, so you know my favorite stat is the tackles for losses, so I'm gonna stay over here right now. Now I can't take credit for this, but Brian Brise, or Brazy, however you say his fucking name, 21 tackles for loss at the D tackle spot. That's huge, bro. And I can't, like I said, I can't take credit for that. He's only played 1 game with me since we got him. 21 tackles for loss from the D tackle, man. I would ask the Redskins, how do you give a guy up like that?
Yeah, I don't know. You must give up the house.
Yeah, we definitely had to give up the house, give up Dan there, all types of draft picks and fucking 4 players. But Quavarius Crouch, we all know who this guy was. He was a running back in our league up until he actually just got in college and they moved him to the linebacker. He's 21, also got 21 tackles for loss. Clavon Chaseon went from the Bears. Clavon played at a high level since his rookie season for the Bears, but he's still doing it over there with the Saints right now with 20 tackles for loss. All right, so Bob Nicholson over here for the Seahawks with 19. Chase Young, 9.5 sacks, 18 tackles for loss right now, man. Let's talk about Chase Young. Is his role changed or something, or like, are we saying his numbers down? Is he still playing at a high level? Like, what's going on with Chase Young that's not making him sit all the way up at the top when it comes down to sacks and tackle for losses?
Man, people getting smarter, man. Like they either trying to run up the middle, or they're running away from him. And he's chasing most of these tackles is him chasing people down from behind, you know, because they're running away from him. Okay. Prime example, last game, he chased the quarterback and made him roll out right, and shit, Steiner got a safety.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they understand.
He's still effective.
Still
effective. Yeah. Still one of the best players on the field. He just paid attention more. I would thought watching you play, it's because he doesn't play with his hand in the dirt all the time. Like, this guy goes from DN to linebacker more than some of your linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like, then that's a good thing. Now, moving him around the way he is, I mean, he could play multiple positions at any moment. I would think that's the reason why we're not looking at 20 sacks right now, 15, 17 sacks right now, because he does stand up and cover too.
It's just they don't run to him, man. And even though he's listed as a defensive end, man, they throw the balls at him, man. No homo. And it's just tough for him to get picks and everything also. But he's still effective.
Right. Do you feel like he's the number one defensive end in the league?
I feel like he's the second best defensive player in the league.
Second
Let's
best
go third.
defensive
Let's
player
go.
in the.
I'll go third. I'll
Give
go
me your
third.
top. Give me your top three.
I gotta go Ray Lewis. I gotta go Hitter D tackle. Then I gotta go Chase. I know there's gonna be
Okay,
some arguments. Fuck it. Put it in the chat. Let's argue.
man.
Who was
Funky,
that
how you
again?
feel
Repeat
about
that.
that?
What
He
did he say
said Ray
again?
Lewis. Ray Lewis is the number one defensive player in the league. BG Gonzalez number two, and then he's saying Chase Young's three.
What about Arrington?
I can go farther and say, what about Stingley?
Not Rice.
Simeon
I mean,
Rice.
You can't get two shit, motherfucker. God damn.
I'm just saying that the numbers.
I mean, you talking about best defensive players? Can we? What about that kid Paris Ford? Over there for the fucking Saints, man. He's up there all the time. Artie Campbell. We got some names, bro. We could talk about, bro. This is
That's it.
shit. Isaiah said, "This is my argument. It could be a good argument with that. That might be a nice topic to have. Maybe we started in the chat first and then bring that to the real talk. Our next real talks. That's a real good argument right now. But let's stay there a little bit right now. When it comes down to pass rushers, right now, you got the kid, I call him Chain Gang, with 31 over there for the Seahawks right now. 31 sacks at defense end. Simeon Rice with a position change goes from defensive end to defensive tackle, and he got 25 and a half. Chase Young still balling out, 21 and a half. Fidel Diggs with 21. So the Chiefs got two guys with 20 plus sacks right now, and we still got other guys with double-digit sacks right now over here in Kansas City, bro, which makes that defense high. But the guy that's been doing it for a high level for 10 seasons right now is Brian B.G. Gonzalez. Some might say he is the best player in the league on defense. Most disruptive player in the league. I mean, I like that Ray Lewis talk, though, because he does so much back there with interceptions. He scored points. He do a lot, man. But we got some guys getting to the quarterback, man. You got the Rams, Gregory Rose sitting there with 19. Crouch up again, 18. Amani Arrington. How does it feel, Falk, to see that guy get traded to the Packers and hasn't fell off at all?
I was looking at the stats the other day, and that, it was good to see, man. It was good to see, because we didn't want to get rid of him. We wanted him to, him and Rice to retire together, but we just couldn't afford both of them. Right. So we had to get rid of one of them, and we decided to let Amani go because his contract was up first, and just to see a player that we developed and brought up in our system continue to have success. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome, man. Shout out to him, and hopefully he getting that playoffs, baby.
Right, over in the NFC right now. All right, so Duval Sexton for the last 3 seasons has been a Pro Bowl player and a double-digit sack guy as well, as outside linebacker with 15 and a half. I mean, but Isaiah Simmons is always up here as well with 14 and a half. We got another end over here, Marshawn McIntosh, in his 10th season with 14 and a half right now sacks. Ray Lewis, 13 and a half, tied with Brendan Nelson at linebacker from Fresno State. And then you got Andrew Tippett for the Patriots up there as well. So we got guys getting to the quarterback, double-digit guys. A lot of double-digit guys up here. A lot of these names are names we know, getting to the quarterback. So that's the game nowadays. Got to get to that quarterback when they do drop back to throw the ball. Especially in a running league, for guys to have 20-plus sacks is amazing right now. Now, Adrian Brown, we've not heard of this kid. I don't think it was an Eagle player that's been in existence for the last, 3 seasons. You know what I mean? And we got a coach over there, and this safety is stepping into a realm right now. 6'3", 214 from San Jose State, 3rd year in experience, 4th year playing right now with 13 INTs on the year right now. That Eagles coach cooking up something over here, because the next guy with the most INTs is Darian Gilmore. Got him out of free agency, 6'3", 190 in his 6th season with 9. Can we stop and talk about this Eagle guy for a while, man? The coach cooking up some shit over here, huh? That cover 3 getting him picks like a motherfucker.
Yeah, the Eagles ready.
Ready
coming
over
over there.
All right, so you
They
got strong
coming. They
safety.
coming. They coming over there
I
for them
think
niggas
so,
to do the
bro.
butt ball.
Yeah.
Hey, why the Eagles been dead for 2 Maddens? Now they want to make some noise. That shit crazy. Robert Dale had the Eagles. The motherfucker had
They
like
got a
7,
new owner.
8 seasons of
Oh
0 and
my
16.
God. Yeah, like
Uh,
straight, like 5 straight seasons of 0 for over there. Mad as hell, talking about, man, niggas cheating. Nah, it was you. All right, but they came alive, man. I mean, we had Hood had them for 3 seasons and didn't do nothing with them, and somebody come over, and that's always the thing, bro. Like you look at a team, you see guys playing with them, whatever for whatever reason they didn't want to play with them or they didn't, and, you know what I mean. And somebody comes in, sees that same, you know, what's the saying?
Potential.
Yeah, the potential over there, and he's bringing it out of him right now. He got a bomb squad over there, and
hey,
they
I got a
making
question
noise.
though, man. This look like it's different, man, but it looked like Golden State, man. Mark Jackson built the team, and Steve Kerr came in and reaped the benefits.
Hey man, I mean, you could say that, but my thing is the last coach that had him didn't build this team.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I would think this is just a computer build, really, and a
shit, brother.
computer and commissioner build.
Commissioner Love.
Commissioner Love. All right. So anyway, Brian Phelps, man, he at his 9th season as well, 9 INTs. He's been doing a year in and a year out though. This guy's always up here. James Williams, Galvatron, the rookie, free safety, 6'5", 220 over here with 9 INTs. Again, you can't really talk about a rookie as being top anything in a rookie as a rookie though right now. But 59 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 9 INTs right now, man. He's playing high at a high level, I would say. We know we always see Parrish Ford, and we always scream Ed Boone. Are you calling him the best safety in the league still?
No, not him, man. Ed Reed, the best safety. Ed Boone just learned some things from Ed Reed,
Okay.
and tried to elevate his game.
One of the Eds, huh? One of the Eds.
Yeah,
All right, so Daxton Hill, strong safety for the 49ers with 8 INTs, and Amik Robinson. And when I always talk about these young corners that stepping into that shutdown round, man, this guy, again, right now he's leading all cornerbacks. I haven't seen a cornerback up here, except for Deron Gilmore. Again, young corners. He's leading all corners with INTs with 8 right now. 5 tackles for loss, 52 tackles on the season, 8. My question is he actually playing corner or is he in the slot or playing strong safety or some shit? Because he's a tweener, so I don't know where he's really playing him at. But he's definitely like the Honey Badger, man. That's what they dimmed him. Poor Honey Badger 2 coming out of college, and he's balling for him right now. And then the next corners with picks is DJ Carter in the 6th season for the Giants. Most of that's Computer Love, but then Derek Stingley sitting there with 8. And then Snead at 7. And Deion Sanders, aging Deion Sanders in his 11th year with 7 INTs on the year at corner right now. So when we talk about top corners, can we put Snead's name in that conversation? L'Jarius Snead for the Chiefs.
Meek Robinson is the number 2 over here.
Number 2 corner over there, balling
Yeah.
out. Yeah, see, and he's doing it at the corner position, so sure. I definitely like him. Parrish Campbell, man, I don't know what happened to Parrish Campbell, but we was talking about that next tier shutdown corners that was coming up. I don't know where Parrish Campbell disappeared to. There's nowhere it's up here on stat-wise. I'm quite sure if I slide down, we're going to see his name somewhere. Gotta have at least 6 picks. Nope. All right, so again, man, the top corners right now. So it's Snead in that top category of the new shutdown corners in the league. No one wants to comment on that?
Oh no, dog. Man, listen, I'm tired of all this talk with shutdown corner. Hey, I think everybody has a corner on the team that could be deemed a shutdown or at
Okay,
least,
so who does the Ravens have?
I would have to give it to my boy Gordon.
All right. And you think he's a shutdown corner? He got 7 picks as well right now. Let's look at him. Let's look at him what he's doing in stacks. All right, so his rookie year he had 4. Last year he had none. Now he got 7 now. So what makes you call him a shutdown corner?
Like I said, I didn't call him a shutdown corner. You asked me. I said,
all right, so you say everyone has one. You named Kyler Gordon. So talk about it. Why?
Has one. It don't. We need to just throw that term out.
It could be so much that he can do outside of interceptions, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what made you put this guy's name in your mouth?
He's my best corner. That's the reason.
Say no more.
Everyone has, yeah.
Well, everybody, of course, everybody got number one corner, but that don't mean that
Stingley ain't that
corner.
good anyways.
Oh.
I mean, I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot, but the proof's in the
Bo
pudding.
Rice, Ross.
Oh God! Right. Oh God! It's good this shit. All right, so anyway, getting to the quarterback and picking the ball off is the name of the game right now. Let's see who making guys fumble the most this year, man. Let's get off these Ravens and let's go back to the NFL and let's see who's out
Go ahead
here.
and get back to the Ravens then.
Chase Young is really out here killing people. 8 fumbles. Quavarius Crouch was 7. Justin Flo was 6. So your top 3 guys making people fumble this year is Chase Young, Crouch, Flo. Dallas Gant 5. Okay, Savell Small 5. So the Jaguars got 2, Ravens got 2. Look, rookie Tyreek Austin Cade. Falk, talk about this kid, man. Learning from Ray Lewis right now. How do you feel about this guy, number 1 pick?
I mean, bro, the reviews and raves that Ray Lewis give about this kid, he ready, man. He's always around the ball, making plays. I mean, man, look, he ready. He next up. Next up.
Uh-oh. Not
Nah. I mean, I played against this guy. I watched him play. I definitely think he's one of the next linebackers we're gonna be talking about. Stepping into that realm right now, man. And it just goes along with the fact that you got probably the number 1 defense in the league right now. And this guy is benefiting from one of the best linebackers in the league that we've ever seen right now. So you're comfortable passing that torch when you have to, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm ready. He's ready to go.
I mean, I like it. He's up there in top 10 when it comes down to defensive rookies of the year right now. So, but stat-wise, numbers don't always tell a story as well, too, man. I learned that numbers don't tell a story all the time. Like you said, he's around the ball a whole lot, man. He make plays for you. Uh-oh. Outside linebacker Carter. Hey, rookie. You know what? You're right. Let's go take a look at him. Because we did see his name a couple times. I'm not going to slide past him and not talk about him. Let's go over to the Colts with his outside linebacker. Let's see what he's doing over here. Carter. All right, here we go. 68 tackles on the year. 9 tackles for loss. 4.5 sacks. 3 INTs right now. Let's see if he's getting fumbles out. Making people 1 forced fumble. Boom. Let me ask you this question. The coach just screamed on the feed. Talk about talking about my linebacker Carter. Hey, rookie. I just said his numbers right now. 68 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, 3 INTs, 1 forced fumble. Is he worth talking about?
Man, it's a rookie.
Yeah, as a rookie.
That's those solid stats for a rookie, man. He's showing that he's versatile. But no, nothing that I don't know. Is he in the rookie of the year conversation?
We on our way to that right now, actually. It comes down to awards. I think he is. I think he's in that conversation. I'll slide over there to that.
Carter?
Yep, Carter, defensive rookie of the year.
68.
Yep, he's third on the list. Definitely third on the list.
Yeah, one.
Definitely third on the list. Let's go look at linebackers itself. Nah, he's not on the linebacker list, but he's third on rookie list right now. So since we over here, we already talked about the MVPs. Let's talk about offensive players of the year right now. Guaranteed, Wendell Robinson. Second, Puka, Ugalele, and Whittington. 5. NFC, let's go. Michael B. Jordan, Roger Craig, John Emery, Bryce Perkins, Chris James, top 5. Defensive player of the year in the NFC, Crouch, Chain Gang, Adrian Brown, safety for the Eagles, and then Chase Young and Rashawn Rice, another Seahawk. AFC, you got Ray Lewis. This shit nuts.
Wow.
Ray Lewis, Simeon Rice Jr., Fidel Diggs is the top 3. Then you got Isaiah Simmons, Chase Young, BG Gonzalez, All right, top 5. So the Chiefs got three spots right now.
Best D in the league.
Can't say it.
Pause.
Can't. Nah.
Best D in the league.
Nah. I don't agree with that, Boom. You said pause.
He said pause because folks said best D in the league.
Oh, yeah, of course you would know
Best D in
exactly.
the league.
Jesus Christ. All
Hey,
right.
hey, you try to set me up like, you don't agree he got the best D, huh? I'm gonna answer that. Hell
Oh,
no.
God. All right, so
What you
offensive
think,
rookies
Boom?
right now, man. Shit. So Shador Sanders is sitting at 1 right now. Marvin Harrison Jr., Emeka Ibuka for the Chiefs, Malik Carr, and Khalid Williams, the other quarterback, sitting at 5 right now. Offensive rookies of the year. Cool. NFC, let's get to it. Rookies of the year right now. Kendall Minton, Computer Love. Brenning Stone, the tight end who talked about. Drew Pine, Computer Love. Damian Rice, Thomas Fione, and we're going to talk about Donald Chaney for the Bucks, the running back, the fastest running back to come off the draft, 98 speed. All right. Defensive Rookie of the Year, stay in the NFC. You got Corey Foreman, Computer Love, Edrin Cooper. You got Damon Payne. I played against this guy. He's definitely going to be one of the next pass rushers out there. Corey Collier and cornerback, the number 2 cornerback out of the draft class, Andre Turrentine, sitting at 5 right now. AFC, James Williams, Galvatron sitting at 1. Mari Harvey, Computer Love, Barrett Carter will be number 2. Computer Love, Dashier Clary, Falk.
Yeah.
Sitting here right now, honestly, without the Computer Love, he's sitting in 3rd place right now at defensive end. Is he playing at a higher level than you expected him to play?
Yeah, he shocked me, man. I went and got Josh Allen just because I knew he wouldn't be ready this year, man. But he ain't get off the field yet, man. Josh Allen ain't really been getting no clout. He's really been stepping up. You know, he doesn't have the Fidel Diggs rookie year with 20+ sacks, but I mean, my God, that nigga, he's a beast. He's a beast.
So you see a future of Amani Arrington and Simeon Rice with Dashier Clary and Diggs, right?
Yeah. Diggs and Clary, they going to finish the league out for me. You could book them 20+ sacks a year.
NFC quarterbacks right now. Bryce Perkins sitting at 1. I mean, he's sitting at 1, got his team number 1 in the NFC. 1 loss on the season, and he's number 1. Derek King at 2. Justin Fields at 3. Computer Love. The Lions, Nick Cargman. Talk about Nick Cargman and where he come from.
I mean, the kid got good pedigree, man. Came from Woodrow Wilson High School, not too far from us. Run and shoot pretty much offense, and you know, can make every read. Got a nice his little brother is nice too, coming up, you know, through the ranks. So, you know, he pretty good there, man. Pretty good there.
Right, and then Joe Milton for the Eagles, the Michigan kid over there balling out at 5 right now. Perkins, the Seahawks, best free agent pickup. Yeah, that was a great pickup. Great pickup. That's what happened when people ain't signing their players and shit, and they lose players, and the dog end up getting them. All right, so quarterbacks in the AFC right now. You got Igalele at 1, Garantano at 2, Bryce Young at 3 right now. That top 3, that shit dangerous. I think we're going to see these guys battling out for the rest of the disc, honestly. Change at any moment over here. And Bryce sitting at 3rd is very impressive considering that he got shared time with Lamar still. We got Joey Burrex and then N'Kosi Perry sitting at 5 right now. N'Kosi Perry just took over his first full season as a starting quarterback, so for him to be in the top 5, that's serious. NFC running backs right now. Again, Michael B. Jordan, a 2,000-yard back, leading the league in rushing right now, running Roger Craig. John Emery, we can always see his name up here. Chris James up here as well. And at 5, Raymond Calais, the ex-Jaguar, went to the Browns to the Vikings, balling out. Now, Charlie Garner got hurt, but he was playing at a high level as well. Looking on the running backs, AFC backs right now. Wendell Robinson leading the way. Sucks that he hurt for the next couple of weeks right now. But Puka at 2. Whittington, Allaire, Computer Love, Fred Teller, Computer Love, Ricky Persons. Boom, Ricky Persons, man. First running back that you've had in about 6 to 7 seasons that's even been mentioned as the best running back. What's up with this kid?
Oh man, strong runner. We want to try something different this season, man, and try to run it back by committee, if you will say. But also want to say Lamar for a little bit for the playoffs, man. Still getting them miscarries, but we definitely want to establish the run. And as you can see, that's what we're gonna do.
All right, well, he's putting up numbers right now. He's balling. Is he 1,000-yard back yet?
No, I think he's like 30 away from 1,000. He'll get it against you.
Okay. True. All right, so NFC, when it comes down to receivers in the NFC, Lavernius Cole's holding it down, Devontae Smith, Randy Moss, Jerry Jeudy, and Jalen Waddle, top 5 guys right now. All these guys are names. Lavernius is the old man over here, but he's balling out. Devontae Smith definitely is he's surprising me. This guy balling for real. Randy Moss, another old man holding it down. Jerry Jeudy with a team change, and he's became a player now. Teamed up with his boy Henry Ruggs over there. Another Alabama kid in Jalen Waddle for the Saints balling out. AFC wide receivers right now. Chad Johnson, Computer Love, Ted Ginn. Okay, you got to give Shaq some props right now, man. At 4-10, he still got Ted Ginn. 4-10, Ted Ginn sitting at number 2 right now. Jamar Chase at 3. Bo Rice. Bo Rice has to be. Fuck, man, this guy gotta have a fire lit under him right now. All he's been hearing all year is he ain't a number 1. He a slot guy. He ain't that guy. This and that. But he's sitting here in 4th right now at receivers.
I mean, he was in the shadows, and I think he is, and I think he has talent, a number 1 talent, but I think he'll just never be the focal point of an offense, whether it got something to do with his height or just the system we run. I mean, we spread it around. We just don't have one guy with 30 catches and the next guy with 5.
Right.
We don't have one guy with 1,000 yards and the next guy with 100.
Right.
We spread the ball around, unlike some of my peers.
Okay.
So, we don't, can somebody play the music? Somebody play the dick ride music? We don't dick ride. Yeah, that's the wrong cue.
Oh,
That's the wrong cue. That's the wrong cue. Can somebody play the music? Dick ride music? Can somebody play the music?
Yo, Boone is stupid, bro. Oh my God.
Can I get a cue? Can I get that drop?
I knew you might throw shade. I knew it.
Oh God.
But yeah, we don't. We spread the ball around. So I don't know if Bo Rice will ever be classified as a number 1. Because we just don't get
There you go. Dick riding song.
Biggest dick rider in the league.
Wait for it.
I know what I know, and these niggas know too. I ain't never ran from no one, I ain't never told on you. I ran out with your shit, you can't run out with them dudes. We gon' have to meet again, but for now, just keep it cool. Niggas always dick eating.
Yo, how these niggas always dick eating?
Hey, DJ said, you want me to?
DJ Ray get him. DJ Ray get his ass. Yo, man, so, all right, man, so, like, that was a good conversation for us, why he's not considered the number 1 receiver amongst his peers. Jalen Rieger sitting up here, he be gobbling all y'all up. Uh-oh, there you go.
Pause. Oh, my God.
Wow, that's Snake. That's Snake. Snake got something to say. Nano, you ain't gonna just sit here and be quiet, are you? They called you a gobbler.
Oh, wow.
Said you be gobbling you be gobbling all the niggas you hang with up.
Oh, wow.
Somebody said Snake mad because he ain't get gobbled.
Oh, Snake said they so. Snake Snake he wants the dick riding.
Oh God.
Damn,
You got to say about that. You got to say about that. Now he called you the biggest dick ride in the league.
Damn.
He know that ain't true. He's what's it called? He's a triad.
Good call, triad.
Triad.
Triad. Called
He's
triad.
he's one and done in the playoffs.
Shit. He said he made you stop playing and loyal.
Nah, I still play over there. I'm tanking.
I'm taking. Fuck that. Well, we're taking. All right, man. Let's get over here. You know, I really don't show offensive linemen love. I ain't gonna talk about their names. We just talk about the Chiefs. Got the one. Ravens. Jags, Colts, Ravens. I would think the Colts will have at least 5 of them up here since he plays 6 linemen.
Oh, shots fired. I ain't no 6
Shots fired.
I ain't no 6 linemen was allowed to start, coach.
That's crazy.
I done dropped the headphones and everything. Shots fired.
I ain't no 6 linemen was allowed to start, coach.
Coach. All right, man. Anyway, best D lineman in the league right now. It starts with the Chiefs. Same way I'll be screaming, die line. You gotta scream Chiefs. Simeon Rice, Fidel Diggs, BG Gonzalez, Chase Young. At 4 and at 5, Computer Love. 6, Choji Akamichi. And then Brian Breeze coming over from the Redskins. Shitting. Okay. NFC defensive lineman right now, you got Chang Gang, Arrington, Rose, Bernard, Newman, Leslie, and Boogie Basham. Don't even do that, yo. Just leave that out the comment, because you ready to make me start arguing with you. Knock it off. You know damn well I don't give a fuck about the formation subs and none of that shit. You was the main nigga getting 6 oops suspended with that 6 lineman shit, and now you want to talk about formation subs. Knock it off. You better not come in the playoffs with that shit, I'll tell you that. Malcolm Roach, Antonio, these are all guys that ain't really playing, so we're going to talk about those guys. Let's get to these linebackers in the NFC right now. Crouch, Chase Young, Nicholson, Rice. Voorhees at 5 right now. AFC linebackers right now is balling out. Ray Lewis, number 1. Isaiah Simmons, Duval Section, Stylon Moses. Can't talk about Tommy Polly without talking about Artie Campbell. Artie Campbell playing pretty solid right now. This guy has been consistent his entire career as well. Best DBs in the AFC, you got Ed Boone at 1, James Williams, Hammer, Ed Boone.
Crazy as hell. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
So you got again Ed Boone. So you sure he ain't the best safety in the league? Because I mean every time I turn around, you screaming best safety in the league.
Nah, man, I just look at it just kind of just like Ray Lewis, you know what I mean, and his young protege, you know, learning from Ed Reed.
Okay. All right, so Galvatron, James Williams sitting at 2, Hammer at 3, Stingley at 4, and then you got 3 Jags back to back. And then you got Chad Jones for the Browns, and then you got Cyrus Fagan. What we call Cyrus Fagan again? The Eraser, right?
The Eraser.
The Eraser sitting there at 6 right now. That's the DBs over there. Look at the NFC and their DBs right now. Adrian Brown, Phelps. You got Paris Ford, who's always up there. Paris Ford a dog, bro. He be balling out. Deron Gilmore and Jalen Hawkins, 2nd year in a row. We talked about him as a top 5 DB out there. So, all right, so that's your annual awards right now. That's the race with 1 week left. Anybody check on that Vikings-Packers game, see if we got any type of action, any conversation in the chat, anything, because I'm ready to get to it.
Right now.
Nobody gonna keep sitting here waiting on them to motherfucking play if they ain't playing right now, man. So, again, while we doing all that, let's talk about offensive players, team stats. This is football is a team sport. Is it the ultimate team sport? I would say yes to that. Let's talk about total yards gained this season right now. All right, so the Jaguars sitting at 1 with 81-82. Lions at 2 with 72-63. Chiefs at 3, 71-59. Seahawks 4, 69-17. Eagles 64-42 at 5. Offensive total yards gained right now. Let's go. Jaguars sitting at 6,460. Chiefs number 2 at 62-92. Seahawks 57-88. Lions 56-31. Texans 55-33. That's your top 5. Passing yards on the year right now. Chiefs 3708. Jags 3681. Bills computer love. Browns partial computer love. Texans 3452. Cowboys 3417. Packers 3384. That's your top 5 with the Redskins coming in at 5. 3321. Rushing yards right now. 49ers 2,853. Jaguars second with 2,779. Colts third with 2,732. Lions 2,664. And then Chiefs 2,584 at 5. That's your top 5 right now. Points per game. Jaguars 42.7. Seahawks 42.5. Chiefs in third 37.2. Eagles 36.4. Ravens 33.5. That's your top 5. Passing touchdowns right now. Jaguars 163, Chiefs 251, Seahawks 46, Cowboys 38, Ravens 33. They tied with the Broncos at 33 right now for 5. Rushing touchdowns. Panthers with 32, Seahawks 30, tied for second with the Eagles 30, tied for third at 27 apiece, the Steelers and the Colts. Tied at fourth is the Ravens and the Lions and the 49ers. And then at 5th is the Vikings. Defense over here right now. Let's talk about who's the number 1 defense for real right now. All right, so the Chiefs gave up 3,044 yards on the season. Seahawks 2, Broncos 3, Cowboys 4, Bucks are 5. Total yards allowed. Passing yards. Chiefs literally only gave up 1,666 yards passing. That's dangerous. When we talk about secondary, talk about defense. You want to scream that Jaguar secondary, this and that, but we looking at this thing right now. That Chiefs secondary is on shutdown mode right now. Seahawks right behind him with 2,019, Cowboys with 2,052, Broncos with 2,076, 49ers with 2,111, 2111. It's your top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rushing yards on the year right now. Look like the Falcons are stopping the run better than anybody with 1372. So Jimmy Voorhees is over here stopping the run. Packers with 1377. Chiefs with 1378. Seahawks 1407. Raiders we not gonna count. Bills we Bears. Bills not gonna count. Browns. So the next team is the Bucks 1676. Points allowed. Chiefs holding it down. They only give it 218 on the year. Seahawks 244, Falcons 279, Cowboys 285, Ravens 292. Sacks. Seahawks with 100, Chiefs 91, Broncos 78, Packers 63, Patriots 61. That's your top 5. Fumble recoveries. Jaguars with 20, Seahawks with 16, Ravens with 14, Saints 13, and tied for 5th is the Chiefs and the Steelers. 12 apiece. Interceptions on the year right now. Eagles with 48, Jaguars 36, Ravens 33, tied with the Chiefs for 3rd, 33, tied with the Chiefs and Cowboys for 3rd with 33. Dolphins 32, Panthers 31. That's your 4th and 15th right there. That's your defense right now. So when you look at the number 1 defense in the league, you are looking at the Chiefs sitting at number 1. Number 1 offense in the league. I think it could vary because the Jaguars' defensive yards is 28th in the league right now. Points scored 1st, yards 1st, points allowed 13th. That's not a good recipe for these playoffs. Offensive yards gained 1st. We got to get them things covered down over here right now. All right, man. So again, that's our real talk, fellas. That's what we had to talk about, man. We got a lot of stats going on, a lot of talk. Can't wait to get this week 16 over. We got some powerhouse games coming up for week 17. And at this point, man, it's time to motherfucking see what's going on with these Vikings-Packers game, because this shit's about to get hit. For real. AntHits, the franchise guru, hit of the spitter. That boy Nano. Boom. Real Tupac is back. And motherfucking great King Falky all on deck. Holla at us when you holla at us.